Welcome. Today we're going to be doing solving systems of 3 equations and 3 variables with determinants. Now, one of the big things here is the very first thing you have to focus on is that the system of equations with x, y, and z as your variables, assuming they're x, y, and z, whatever the 3 letters are that are your variables, they have to be lined up with x, then y, then z, an equal sign, and then the numbers. If it's not that way, rearrange them until they are that way. Once they are that way, now we can use the determinants. So I'm going to use the color coding that I have here, and notice the coefficients are the things that are going to go in your determinant, not in the matrix, not the letters themselves. D for determinant is going to be the first column, the second column, and the third column, or A, B, and C. Now A is -3, 4, -1. It's understood to be a 1 there. So there's my list. My second list is the B column, which is 2, -1, 3. And third is C, which is -3, 2, -1. Now, when you find D sub x, and I'll explain the rest of this in a bit, but when you find D sub x, the answer column, you might call it, or the numbers column, is going to replace where the x's are, which is in the A column. And then you do BC. So it's always this replacing whichever of the columns that the variable is in with the answer column. So D sub x replaces the A column. D sub y replaces the B, and D sub z replaces the C. Now, when you do this, you have to make sure that you are very careful. A lot of times people replace the first one and then BC. Then when they replace the second one, they go A, B. No. These letters stay in this order, and just that column gets replaced. Everything else stays the same. So when I go to replace this, let's see, I think it was that color I was using. -6, 2, -2. Then we've got 2, -1, 3, and -3, 2, -1. Now I'm only going to do this one with the colors once we go to the next example where you try it on your own. I'm not going to use the colors, though if you choose to, you could. So I'm going to set up the next 2, and I only really need this and this to do that. So D sub y, ADC, A, -3, 4, -1. D, we know is -6, 2, -2. And don't lose any negative signs. You lose one sign, the whole thing crumbles. So you have to be very careful. And C, -3, 2, -1. Now we go over to D sub z. A, again, is -3, 4, -1. B is 2, -1, 3. And D is -6, 2, -2. Now I have my determinants set up. All I have left to do is solve each determinant and then find the variables. So here we go. I'm going to do some of them with wraparound and some of them with rewrite. You know the 2 different methods, and you can choose to do whichever method you find easiest for yourself. -3, 4, -1, 2, -1, 3. Now I'm going to multiply diagonally down. So this gives me -3 plus -4 plus let's see, 36 minus, and we have to write a little smaller, I think, because otherwise we're not going to have room. Let's go the other way. Need a different color here. All right, 2, 4, -8. 3, 2, 3, -18. And -3. All right, there's my values. Anything that has double signs, like this one, this one, this one, they all did, all those subtractions, become positive when I get rid of the double sign. So let's see, I have a positive 8, 18, and 3. Let's see, 8 and 18 is 26, 29, minus 43. So that is going to give me a total of, let's see, -14. Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. Now we'll go to the next one. In this one, I'm going to use the wraparound. 6, 1, 1, -6. 2, 2, -2, -8. -3, 2, 3, -18, minus. Now I'll go the other direction. 3, 1, 2, 6, -6. 2, 2, and 1 is -4. And last but not least, 6, 2, and 3, -36. That's a 6 there. Ran out of room on the edge here. Let me see if I can move all this over just a tad so I can have enough room to put my parenthesis. There we go. That's -36. All right. Got double signs here, here, and here. All right, so 46 minus, let's see, 8 and 8 is 16, 26, 32. Hopefully I did all that right. 30. Yes, all right. I combine those up to give me 14. All right. Mental math. Now let's do these two. Got a little more room to play with down here. All right. I'm going to do wrap around with this one and I'll do rewrite over there. So let's see. -3 to -1 is 3. 6, 2, 1, 12. 3, 4, 2, that's going to be 24. 3, 2, 1 is 6. 6, 4, 1, 24. 3, 2, 2, that's 12. All right. Let's see. 20, 36, 39 minus 36 and 6. Is that right? Hopefully I didn't make any mistakes. 20, 36, and 6, 36, 42. 36, 42. Yeah. Let's see. That would be -3. I suspect that I might have made an error. Let me just double check. I did make an error. A very simple error. And you have to be very careful because it's very easy to make a simple error. 3 times 2 times 1 is 6. All right, so that puts that at 42, which is a much nicer answer, which makes it 0. Much happier with that. In the long run, each of these, it's nice when they're divisible by the d, because that's going to get us our variables, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. Let's see, let me just, yes, okay. Doing the rewrite. -3, 4, -1, 2, -1, 3. You can see how easy it is to make a simple mistake. All right, that's -6. -4. All right, let's see, 12 times 6, 72, -72. Let's see, the other direction, 16, -16. -18. Gonna put it down below because I ran out of room. -6. All right, all these double signs, plus positive, plus positive, plus positive. All right, so what do we have here? I have 10, 20, 32, 40 minus, let's see, 70, 82. -42. All right. That sounds right. Yeah, okay. So, now that I have our variables, I'm going to go back to the top. X is going to be d sub x over d. Y is d sub y over d. And z is d sub z over d. Now let me change each of these to a different color to make it a little easier to work with. In fact, I think I should make that red and that green. That would make sense. All right. D sub x was 14. D sub d alone is -14. And 14 divided by -14 is -1. That's the value of x for our system of equations. D sub y was 0 over -14, which was d, so that's 0. And d sub z, -42 over -14, that's going to be 3. Those are your 3 answers, and the way you write this, let me put this here. The way you write the answer is, oh, that's not where I want it. How did that get there? The way you want to write the answer is x, y, z. -1, 0, 3. I wanted that in purple, or well, I can put it in brown. That is your answer to the system. Now, every time I've done these, especially on test or quiz, I will then take these and plug them in x, y, z and make sure they equal the other side for all 3. If that works, then you know you've got your answer correct. give this one a try and see how you do. All right, now that you've unpaused it, we will work with this. All right. D is going to be 2, 5, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 2, 1, 5, negative 3. There's our D. I'm actually going to simplify D, and I'll do each of these separately. Let's see. 2, 5, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 2, multiply. Negative 6, negative 5, negative 10, the other way, let's see, 15, negative 20, 1. 20, positive 15, 1, negative 6, negative 5, negative 10. Okay, double check all your work, go back through, double signs, add it up. All right, I've got 20, negative 11, negative 21, negative 36, negative 37. So that simplifies to negative 17. There's D. You can see these can take a lot of paper space. I'm going to shrink this down just a little bit for purposes of getting this to fit a little better. Then I will do the next one. D sub x. Remember, the A, B, C column, D is replacing A. So negative 3, negative 6, 10. Negative 1, 1, negative 2, 1, 5, negative 3. Now, if it's helpful, A, B, C, D. I'm going to wrap around here. These multiply. Let's see, that's 9. Negative 50. 1, 6, and negative 2. 12 minus. Let's go the other way. 1, 1, 10, 10, 1, 6, 3, and of course that's negative 18, and negative 3, 5, 2, negative 30. All right. Got my double signs here and here. Let's combine these up. Let's see, 9 and 12, that's 21, 30, 41, 59, minus 50, 60. Wait a minute, did I do something wrong? Let's see, let me just double check all my work before I continue, because I know that doesn't divide there. 9, negative 50, 1, 6, 2, 12, 10. Didn't miss any signs. Okay. Let's see. 10, 18, 30, oh, that's what it is. 30 is positive. 30 is positive. Negative and negative is positive. Missed that. All right. I knew there was something wrong. All right, so minus 30. That was my mistake. You can see, just take your time. Go back through and double check everything if you don't have something come out nice. All right, now I'll double check this. All right, so 9, let's see, 21. Well, it's actually easier, 10, 20, 39. Minus 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. 39 minus 90, negative 51. There is our answer there. And that divides nicely. I will warn you if there's one that is very far off from this so that you can be prepared. D sub y. All right. A, 2, 5, 1. D is negative 3, negative 6, 10. And C, 1, 5, negative 3. Let's wrap this around. Let's see, 6 times 6, 36. 3, 1, 5, 15, negative 15. 1, 5, 10, 50. Minus, go the other way. Let's see, 1, 6, 1, negative 6. Positive 45. Positive 100. Okay. Only double sign is here. So, let's see, 36, 50, and 6. 12 and 80 is 92, minus 160. So, what's that, 72? Let's see. Yeah, wait, I typed that wrong. Minus 160. Kept typing wrong. Negative 68. All right. Yes, of course. All right, let's keep going. Last one. D sub z. Let's see. 2, 5, 1. What are the next ones? Negative 1, 1, negative 2. Negative 1, 1, negative 2. And negative 3, negative 6, 10. Now remember, you're going to throw rewrite of 2, 5, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 2, so that we can do that. Let's see, multiplying diagonal, that gets me 20. 6. All right, let's see, 15, 30. Sorry, I didn't do these ahead of time. We should have. Negative 50. Let's see, 24. Negative 3. Let's check. 20. 6. 30. Negative 50. Positive 24, negative 3, yes. Double signs. Gonna get rid of your double signs. Plus positive, much easier to do. All right, positive numbers of 20, 30, 50, 3, and 6. 50, 109. And the only one that's negative is 24. So 109 minus 24, 85. There's my answer there. All right. So here we go. Up to, oop, hit the wrong button. Up to the top. D was negative 17. D sub x was negative 51. D sub y, negative 68. And D sub z was 85. What are our values? The x value is D sub x over D. What's that, 3? Negative 51 divided by negative 17 is 3. Y is D sub y, negative 68 over negative 17. 4. And finally, sorry, I keep saying what I'm writing. Z is D sub z, 85 over negative 17D. Negative 5. So my final answer here is 3, 4, negative 5. Again, check them, make sure they work. And that's it for today. Have a great day.